Welcome to Grace Hill's Fair Housing for Supplier Partners. Fair housing is a topic of great importance for anyone working in the multifamily industry. In fact, it's so important that fair housing law doesn't just apply to full-time employees of an apartment community. If a supplier partner or contractor working on site is accused of discrimination, there are serious consequences for the apartment community, the individual accused of discrimination, and their employer. Understanding and complying with fair housing law will help you avoid costly lawsuits and be a better partner to the multifamily communities you serve. You will learn the types of discrimination prohibited by the Fair Housing Act and who is protected under the law, and how to treat all customers fairly, equally, and consistently. This course should take about 15 minutes to complete. To complete this course, you must view all the content and pass the Knowledge Challenge quiz. You may pause your training at any time by clicking. The purpose of fair housing law is to ensure that everyone has an equal opportunity to buy, rent, or finance a home. Prior to the civil rights movement, there were no laws prohibiting property managers, real estate. The term protected class describes a group of people who are protected from housing discrimination. The federal fair housing laws recognize 7 protected classes: race, color, national origin, religion, sex, disability, and familial status. Many states, cities, and municipalities have additional protected classes. These commonly include age, source of income, sexual orientation, gender identity, and military status. While fair housing laws specifically prohibit discrimination. In a nutshell, discrimination is when you treat a person or group of people differently based upon their status as a member of a protected class. Discrimination can be subtle. Even people with good intentions can behave in a discriminatory manner from time to time. In the end, your intentions don't matter. If you treat 2 residents differently, it could cause fair housing trouble. Harassment is also fair housing laws have specific. You might be wondering how this applies to you. As someone who works at an apartment community, there is a chance that you will encounter residents during your day-to-day work. Knowing what to say, and, perhaps more importantly, what not to say, will help keep you on the right side of fair housing law. In the next topic, we'll explore some best practices in more detail. First and foremost, don't discriminate. Maintain professionalism at all times. It's easy to get into fair housing trouble simply by chatting with residents. While there's nothing wrong with being friendly, you must be very careful not to ask questions about any of the protected classes. For example, don't say, "Those kids are cute, are they yours?" "I like your cross necklace, where do you go to church?" "Do you get hot wearing that head covering all the time?" "What a great accent, where are you from?" In most situations, a polite smile and nod or "Hello, how are you?" are sufficient. While working at an apartment community, you might get asked questions about the people who live there. If this happens, watch what you say. If someone asks you questions like, "What kind of people live here?" or "Does everyone speak English?" don't give them specific information or invite them to walk around and see for themselves. This is illegal. Instead, you can say that anyone who meets the community's qualification guidelines is welcome to live there. If pressed further, direct the individual to the leasing office. Never ask about a resident's disability, whether or not they have a disability. Sometimes, residents may bring requests directly to you. When they do so, refer them. To recap, if you are a supplier partner or contractor working in or around apartment homes, condos, or other multifamily housing units, here's what you should do. Don't discriminate. Treat everyone you encounter fairly, equally, and consistently. Do not treat some residents differently than others. Be professional. Don't make inappropriate comments or jokes. Be careful with small talk. Don't ask questions pertaining to protected classes. Don't ask questions about a disability. This includes asking about a resident's assistance animal. Refer resident requests to management. And when in doubt, contact management yourself with questions or concerns. Let's review some of the key points. The Fair Housing Act prohibits housing. First and foremost, don't discriminate. Treat all residents fairly, equally, and consistently. Maintain professionalism at all times. It's easy to get into fair housing while working. Never ask. Sometimes residents may bring requests directly to you. To recap, if you are a supplier partner or contractor working in or around apartment homes, condos, or other multifamily housing units, here's what you should do. Don't discriminate. Treat everyone you encounter fairly, equally, and consistently. Do not treat some residents differently than others. Be professional. Don't make inappropriate comments or jokes. Be careful with small talk. Don't ask questions pertaining to protected classes. Don't ask questions about a disability. This includes asking about a resident's assistance animal. Refer resident requests to management. And when in doubt, contact management